this, but the thought is there. It whispers, "Is God even paying attention? Does he even care that I am drowning down here?" I want you to go back to a specific moment in the last 48 hours. Maybe it was 3 in the morning. You woke up and you didn't know why. The house was quiet. The ceiling fan was spinning above you, and suddenly you felt a pressure in the center of your chest. Not a pain, but a heaviness, like a stone sitting right on your sternum. That weight is the weight of performance. It is the exhaustion of trying to earn God's love. It is the terror of thinking that maybe, just maybe, you are doing something wrong, and that is why the blessing is blocked. You lay there, staring into the dark, and you let out a heavy sigh, a sigh that came from the bottom of your gut. And you wondered, if I am a chosen one, why is this so hard? Why does it seem like the wicked are prospering while I am struggling to breathe? I need you to know something. God heard that sigh. He felt that heaviness. In Psalm 139 it says, "He knows you're sitting down and you're rising up. He understands your thought afar off." But here is what the English translation misses. The Hebrew word for understand there implies a deep, intimate sifting. It means he is not just watching you like a security camera. He is filtering through your emotions. He feels what you feel. He is not distant. He is right there in the room with the ceiling fan. And the reason he hasn't spoken the way you want him to speak is not because he is angry. You have interpreted the silence as a wall. You feel like your prayers are hitting a brass ceiling and bouncing back. You feel like you have lost the connection, like the signal is dead, and that scares you more than anything. Because if God isn't talking, then who is guiding you? Let me reframe this for you right now. That silence is not a wall. It is soundproofing. When you take a major exam in a university, the professor does not talk. The teacher is silent during the test. Not because he hates the student, but because the lesson is over and the examination has begun. The teacher is silent because he is watching to see if you internalized the lesson. You are not in a prison cell, chosen one. You are in the VIP exam room. God has cleared out the noise. He has cleared out the distractions. He has even cleared out his own obvious voice for a season, because he is watching you take the final test before your promotion. He is silent because he is confident in what he put inside of you. But here is the trap. Here is the danger zone. Most chosen ones misinterpret this phase. They think God is waiting for them to try harder. They think God is waiting for them to pray louder. They think the test is about persistence. You have been telling yourself, I just need to hold on. I just need to keep going. I just need to be more faithful. I just need to endure. You think this is a test of your stamina. You think God is checking to see how much pain you can take before you break. I need you to hear me. Stop running on that treadmill. Stop beating yourself up. Stop trying to pray brighter fire down from heaven. You are wrong about the test. If this was a test of faithfulness, you would have passed it 3 years ago. You have already proven you are faithful. You have already proven you can endure. You have scars on your back that prove you don't quit. If God was testing your persistence, the test would be over. The reason the season hasn't shifted yet is because you are studying for the wrong subject. You are trying to pass a faithfulness test, but God is grading a completely different paper. There is a specific requirement for the level of authority you are about to step into, and it has nothing to burn their reputation to the ground. You have the right to do it. They deserve it. And logically, the enemy was right. You did have the evidence. You did have the right. The world would have applauded you for standing up for yourself. The anger boiled up in your throat like hot lava. You wanted to type that message. You wanted to make that phone call. You wanted to let them feel the pain they caused you. But you didn't do it. You swallowed the fire. You let the offense die in your throat. You chose to suffer the wrong rather than become a wrongdoer. You sat in silence and let God be your defense, even though it felt like he was doing nothing. You absorbed the blow, but you refused to absorb the poison. And that specifically, that moment right there, is what made God stand up from his throne. That is what impressed him. Not your prayer time, not your fasting, but the fact that you walked through a sewer of betrayal and came out smelling like grace. You proved that you are immune to bitterness. This is exactly what the Apostle Peter meant in 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 7 when he speaks of the trial of your faith being much more precious than gold. We read that verse and we gloss over the word gold. We think it just means valuable. But look at the physics of gold. Why does God compare a chosen one to gold? Because of how it reacts to fire. When you put wood in the fire, it changes into ash. It becomes something else. When you put stone in the fire, it cracks and breaks. But when you put gold in the fire, it does not change its nature. It does not become something else. It simply gets hotter and it gets purer. The fire burns off the dross, but the gold remains gold. God sent the fire of affliction into your life, not to burn you, but to prove to the cloud of witnesses that you are unchangeable. The world threw hate at you, and you remained love. The world threw rejection at you, and you remained kind. The world threw chaos at you, and you remained peace. You have proven that the hell you walked through could not change the heaven inside of you. You remained you. You remained pure. And that is the heart of gold that God has been waiting to see. But listen to me closely, because this is where most people miss the point. This heart of gold is not just a badge of honor to make you feel good. It is not just about being a nice person. It is a strategic weapon. It is a power code hidden deep in the story of Joseph that almost everyone misses. And once you understand how Joseph used this specific code, you will understand why God had to test you this way before he could hand you the keys to your palace. You see, most people read the book of Genesis and they think Joseph became the prime minister of Egypt because he was smart. They think he got promoted because he had a supernatural gift to interpret dreams. They think it was his talent that opened the door. But that is a surface-level reading. That is the milk, not the meat. There were plenty of smart people in Egypt. There were plenty of magicians and sorcerers who could interpret omens. Talent was common. Giftedness was common. What Joseph had was rare. I want you to close your eyes for a second and transport yourself to that dungeon in Egypt. Really go there. Feel the cold, damp stone pressing against your back. It is pitch black. The air smells of rot and stagnant water and despair. You can hear the rats scuttling in the corners. Joseph is sitting there, not for a weekend, but for years. Imagine the mental movie playing in his head. Every single day, he has a choice. He can replay the scene of his brothers throwing him into the pit. He can replay the sound of their laughter as they sold him into slavery. He can replay the injustice of Potiphar's wife lying about him. He has every right to sit in that dark corner and sharpen a mental knife. He has every right to fantasize He said, I release him. I will not be his judge. God, you deal with this. I am keeping my hands clean. He chose the Joseph protocol. For 2 weeks nothing happened. It looked like he lost. It looked like the thief got away with it. The enemy whispered, you are a fool. You let him walk all over you. But then on a Friday afternoon, just 14 days later, his phone rang. It was a competitor of his old partner, a massive company that he had been trying to get a meeting with for 5 years. They said, we don't know what happened with your old arrangement, but we have been watching your work from a distance. We like how you handle yourself. We want to offer you an exclusive contract. That contract was worth 10 times the amount that was stolen from the bank account. 10 times. If he had sent that angry email, if he had engaged in the mudslinging, he would have looked unstable. He would have looked like a liability. That big company would never have called. His bitterness would have blocked his blessing. But because he passed the anti-bitterness test, God trusted him with the overflow. This is the law of the kingdom. When you refuse to take revenge, you authorize God to take over. And when God takes over, he does not just restore what was lost. He brings the plunder. He brings the interest. He brings the multiplication. So look at your situation right now. Look at the person who betrayed you. Look at the job that fired you. Look at the family member who lied about you. They are not your enemies. They are your examiners. They are the ones administering the final exam before your coronation. If you attack them, you fail. If you ignore them and keep your eyes on the Father, you pass. But I can hear your objection loud and clear. It is screaming in your mind right now. You are saying, that sounds beautiful, but I am scared. I am scared that if I am this nice, I will just be a doormat. I am scared that if I don't fight back, people will just keep hurting me. I don't want to be weak. Chosen one, listen to me. There is a massive secret about the word meekness that the church has not taught you. You think meekness means weakness. You think it means being soft. But you are about to discover that it is actually the most dangerous and powerful state a human being can exist in. And once you understand what it really means, it will change the way you look at power forever. Let us be brutally honest for a minute. I want to speak to the shadow that follows you. I want to speak to the voice in the back of your head that you are too afraid to share with your prayer group. Because right now there is a conflict raging inside you. Part of you wants to pass this test. Part of you wants to be like Joseph. But there is another part of you, a darker part, that is screaming, I am tired. I am tired of being the bigger person. I am tired of turning the other cheek, only to get slapped on that one too. I am tired of watching the people who hurt me get away with murder while I sit here in silence. You look at your life and you think, if being a chosen one means being a doormat, then I do not want it. You think that by staying silent, you are letting them win. You feel weak. You feel stupid. You feel like you are bringing a knife to a gunfight, and you are the one getting slaughtered. There is a fantasy you replay in your mind when you are driving alone. In this fantasy, you finally snap. You finally unleash the truth. You finally give them a taste of their own medicine. And let us be real, it feels good to think about it. It feels empowering. For a fleeting second, you imagine becoming the villain, because at least the villain gets respect. At least the villain gets feared. You are terrified that your kindness is actually a weakness. You are terrified that your purity is actually naivety. And you are asking God, why did you make me so soft in a world that is so hard? would use that money to destroy the people who hurt you. You would use your influence to settle scores. Your power would become a weapon of mass destruction. You would become exactly like the Saul you hate. God had to purge the bitterness to create a vacuum. He had to hollow you out. That hollow, empty space where the anger used to be. That is not emptiness. That is capacity. That is the landing strip for the anointing. By refusing to become bitter, you created space for God to pour in power that would crush a normal person. You passed the test of the container. God said, I can trust this one with nuclear power, because when they get it, they won't blow up the world. They will heal it. This brings us to the most misunderstood verse in the entire Bible. Matthew chapter 5 verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. For years you thought this meant that if you are nice, you will see God when you die and go to heaven. Or maybe you will have a nice vision during prayer. That is the kindergarten interpretation. In the ancient courts of kings, to see the king did not just mean to look at him with your eyeballs. The servants saw the king, the cooks saw the king, the janitors saw the king, but they did not see him. To see the king meant to have access to the inner council. It meant you were one of the few advisors allowed into the private chambers where the decisions were made. It meant you had the security clearance to know the secrets of the state. When Jesus said the pure in heart will see God, he was saying, the ones who have been tested by fire and refuse to be corrupted, the ones who have the heart of gold, they are the ones I will invite into the war room of heaven. They are the ones I will trust with the blueprints of the future. They are the ones I will give the authority to legislate on earth as it is in heaven. You are not being prepared to be a servant. You are being prepared to be a confidant. You kept your heart pure when everyone else was playing dirty. And because of that, you have been granted top secret clearance in the spirit realm. God is about to show you things that will make your ears tingle. He is about to give you strategies that will generate wealth out of thin air. He is about to give you discernment that will read people like open books. Why? Because he knows you won't misuse it. He knows you are safe. You thought you were losing. You thought you were being walked on. But the whole time you were being vetted for the highest office in the kingdom. You are a warhorse. You are Praus. And your time to charge is coming. But listen to me, because the enemy is not stupid. He watches you. He sees this new authority settling on your shoulders. He sees the capacity you have developed, and he is terrified. He knows that if you walk into this next season with this pure heart, you will be unstoppable. So he has one last desperate strategy. He cannot stop the blessing from coming. It is already en route. So he is going to try to poison the vessel before it arrives. He has designed 7 specific traps, 7 customized forms of attack that are going to launch against you in the next 40 days. These are not random bad days. These are calculated precision strikes designed to trigger you back into bitterness right before your coronation. If you don't know what they are, you will walk right into them. You will think it is just people being difficult. You will think it is just bad luck. And you will react in the flesh and forfeit your peace. But if you have the playbook, if you can see them coming, you can step over them like they are nothing. I am about to hand you the enemy's playbook. I am about to expose the 7 forms of attack that are scheduled for your life, so you can intercept them before they even land. Listen to me, because the timing of this is critical. The enemy does not attack empty vessels. He does not waste ammunition on people who have They will not say thank you. They might even complain that you did not do enough. You will feel a knot tighten in your stomach. Your jaw will clench. The thought will explode in your mind. I am never helping anyone again. People are trash. Do not take the bait. The enemy is testing your motive. He wants to know, did you give to get applause, or did you give to represent the king? If you get bitter because they were ungrateful, it means your love was transactional. But if you can bless them and walk away with your joy intact, you have proven that your source is heaven, not earth. The third form is the false accusation. This is the Potiphar's wife attack. Someone is going to blame you for something you did not do. They will twist your words. They will misinterpret your silence. They will paint you as the villain in a story where you were actually the hero. You will feel your hands shaking with the desire to defend yourself. You will pace back and forth in your room, rehearsing your defense speech. You will want to call everyone and clear your name. The injustice of it will make your skin crawl. But remember Joseph, he went to prison rather than expose the lie because he knew God was his defense attorney. If you try to fight this in the flesh, you will get mud on your white robes. Stand still. Let the lie run its course. The truth always catches up. The fourth form is the comparison trigger. You will open social media and see the exact person who compromised, the exact person who played dirty, living the life you prayed for. You will see their highlight reel, and the enemy will whisper, look, being good got you nothing. Being wicked got them everything. The fifth form is the petty irritation. This is death by 1,000 cuts. It won't be one big thing. It will be the car not starting, the traffic jam when you are late, the coffee spilling on your shirt, the internet going down. It is designed to wear down your resistance until you snap at someone you love over something small. The sixth form is the ghosting. The people you thought were your support system will suddenly go silent. You will reach out and get no reply. You will feel isolated. You will feel abandoned. The enemy wants you to feel like an orphan, so you forget you are a son or daughter. The seventh form is the past projection. Someone from your past will show up, or someone new will treat you exactly like an abusive person from your past. It is a phantom. It is a hologram designed to make you react out of your old trauma instead of your new identity. Now you have the playbook. You see the 7 traps clearly. You know what they look like. You know what they feel like. The next time your face gets hot with anger or your stomach drops with disappointment, you will not spiral. You will spot the trap and step over it. But knowing the trap is only half the battle. In the heat of the moment, when the adrenaline is flooding your system and your emotions are hijacking your brain, it is very hard to think clearly. You need a tool. You need an emergency brake that you can pull when you feel the bitterness trying to take root. I have a specific protocol for this. It is a micro habit that takes less than 5 seconds, but it has saved my destiny more times than I can count. I call it the 3-second pause protocol. And I am going to teach you exactly how to use it, so you never fail a heart test again. You now have the map of the minefield. You know the 7 forms of attack. But knowledge alone is not enough when you are standing in the line of fire. When the insult lands, when the betrayal happens, your body is going to react faster than your brain. Your pulse is going to spike. Your adrenal glands are going to dump cortisol into your blood. The fight or flight response is going to scream at you to do something. In that split second of chaos, you cannot rely on willpower. Willpower fails when emotions are high. You need a protocol. You need a system that is automatic. I am going to give you the exact tool that I use. It is called Michael's past failures. Michael felt the heat rising in his neck. He felt that familiar spirit of offense rising up. The voice in his head screamed, "Get up and leave. This man is arrogant. He doesn't deserve your idea. Tell him off and walk out." He almost did it. He almost stood up. His hands were gripping the edge of the table so hard his knuckles were white. He was 1 second away from snapping, 1 second away from unleashing a lecture on respect. But he remembered the protocol. He froze. He took a breath. 1, 2, 3. He labeled it. This is a trap. He asked himself, is my pride worth losing this funding? He relaxed his hands. He looked the investor in the eye and answered the sarcastic question with absolute grace and humility. He refused to take the bait. The meeting ended, and Michael felt like he had failed. He felt like he had let himself be humiliated. He went home and cried out to God, asking why he had to endure that. 2 hours later his phone rang. It was the investor, and his tone was completely different. He said, "Michael, I want to apologize for how I acted today. I have lost millions of dollars in the past to partners who were arrogant and emotionally unstable. I needed to know if you could handle pressure. I needed to know if you could keep your cool when things got disrespectful. You passed. I am sending the wire transfer tomorrow. Do you understand what happened?" The disrespect was not an attack. It was the interview. If Michael had snapped, if he had defended his pride, he would have felt good for 5 minutes and been broke for another 5 years. The silence was the key that unlocked the vault. You are going to face a moment like this very soon. It might be with your spouse. It might be with a boss. It might be with a stranger. It will be the moment where everything in you wants to fight. But if you use the 3-second pause, if you choose the silence of the king over the noise of the victim, you will unlock a level of reward that you cannot even imagine. And speaking of that reward, I want you to shift your focus for a moment. I want you to stop looking at the battle and start looking at the spoil. Because God is not asking you to endure this purification for nothing. There is a somatic reality to what is coming. When you finally pass this heart of gold test, the shift in your life will be visceral. You will feel it in your body. Imagine waking up in the morning and the heavy stone on your chest is gone. That anxiety, that low-level hum of fear that has been running in the background of your life for years is suddenly silent. You take a breath and it goes all the way to the bottom of your lungs. Imagine walking into a room and the atmosphere shifts not because you said anything, but because of who you have become. People will respect you and they won't even know why. The arguments that used to drain you will stop happening because you no longer emit the frequency of conflict. Imagine the phone ringing with the news you gave up on. The restoration of a relationship, the approval of the loan, the apology from the enemy. But this time when it comes, you won't be desperate for it. You will receive it with the calm assurance of someone who knows they deserve it. This is the state of rulership. This is the state of the heart of gold. It is a life where you are no longer chasing blessings. You are attracting them because you have become a safe place for them to land. You have done the work. You have heard the truth. You have received the playbook. You have the tools. The teaching is finished. The preparation is complete. We are now standing at the threshold of the spirit realm. The court is seated. The books are open. God is ready to stamp your passing grade on the eternal record. But this requires an act of your will. It requires a formal acceptance vested in me as a servant of the Most High, I proceed to seal this work. I speak to the spirit of this chosen one. I seal the revelation of the heart of gold into your spiritual DNA. I declare that from this day forward, bitterness is allergic to you. I declare that offense has no grip on your soul. I command the spirit of trauma that has tried to replay your past over and over again to be silenced forever. You will no longer react from your wound. You will respond from your healing. I seal the Joseph protocol upon your life. I declare that what the enemy meant for evil, God has turned for your absolute good. The pit was not your grave, it was your elevator. The prison was not your end, it was your preparation. I seal the 3-second pause protocol into your neural pathways. I declare that you have the mind of Christ. You have the self-control of a king. You have the discipline of a ruler. When the enemy lays a trap, you will see it. When the provocation comes, you will step over it. You will not trade your birthright for a bowl of soup. You will not trade your crown for a moment of anger. I bind the spirit of sabotage. I bind the spirit of near miss. I bind the spirit that tries to trip you up right at the threshold of the door. I shatter the cycle of almost. I shatter the cycle of delay. I declare that this time you go all the way through. This time you do not just see the promised land, you eat the fruit of it. And now, Father, because the vessel is clean, because the capacity has been carved out by the knife of affliction, we ask for the filling. I speak to the gates of resources. Open up. I speak to the gates of influence. Open up. I speak to the gates of hidden connections. Open up. I declare that because this chosen one has kept their heart pure, they are now authorized to carry the heavy weight of glory. I declare that wealth is coming to them, and it will not corrupt them. I declare that power is coming to them, and it will not poison them. I declare that fame is coming to them, and it will not inflate them. They are safe, they are ready, they are trustworthy. Chosen one, feel the mantle settling on your shoulders right now. It might feel like a heat running down your back. It might feel like electricity in your hands. It might feel like a heavy peace pressing into your chest. That is the weight of rulership. That is the armor of the meek. You are no longer a soldier fighting in the trenches. You are a general commanding from the high ground. You do not chase blessings anymore. Blessings hunt you down because you have become a landing strip for the glory of God. Your enemies will look for the old you, but they will not find him. They will look for the one who gets triggered. They will look for the one who gets offended. But that person is dead. That person died in the fire. The one standing here now is a ruler. The one standing here now is a peacekeeper. The one standing here now holds the keys to the palace. I commission you into your office. I commission you into your destiny. Go forth and heal the land. Go forth and feed the nations. Go forth and show the world what it looks like when power is held in hands that have been washed in grace. Heaven is leaning in for one final confirmation. The court is waiting for your signature on this decree. Are you ready to accept this new rank? Are you ready to walk away from the right to be a victim? Are you ready to rule? If your answer is yes, I want you to scream yes in your spirit. Let it ring out from the center of your soul. Let it echo through the corridors of your history. Let it shatter every doubt that remains. Say it now. Yes, it is recorded. It is witnessed. It is sealed. The test is over. The wilderness is closed. You are dismissed from the season of pain. Enter into the joy of your Lord.